Okay. I'm really bit like I'm a little bit of a critic for this because I just saw this. If you understand like Viking runes, right, with all like the P and the M, the X, it doesn't look like the A looks like completely not like an A. Well, if you don't know what this is, it's right here. These are Viking runes. I don't know what it says. And this guy, I've watched this show. He said they live probably someone who had this lives in Florida. Well, I find that impossible. Why is it impossible? They can't thrive here. Why? Do you understand like what they wore as armor? They wore chainmail and long sleeve shirts, pants, shoes, and puttees, and anything else. And cloaks probably. The High Lord wore like a fur cloak. Well, that's impossible. Because Florida gets about like it gets into the 900s. If we're in like a very big heat, it gets to 100. It can get up higher. And they can't. And number two, they are farmers. Vikings weren't as you think. They're not like pillagers. They had slaves, sure, they did pillage, but their main motive was farming. And a lot of Viking warriors did actually, after they're done doing whatever they were doing, they come back for the harvest. They come back. They got like a letter or something. And why they can't thrive out here, build a settlement? Because we got sand. Gray sand. If you ever live in Florida, you come over here, or any tourists, you can see that's like muddy dirt, but like, where's a good like inspiration? You can't really see it, but we got sand. Not dirt. Not brown dirt. Like light brown dirt or dark dirt with white little particles. We had to get it from a completely different state. Why there's sand out there? Because supposedly Florida was under the sea. It was under the water. It was under the water for like a supercontinent. It wasn't America was it wasn't there. I mean, a little bit of land was up there, and then somehow the Florida came up in what it is now. It is impossible that the Vikings could come over here. It was impossible. I don't know what this is, a stick, an axe. I don't know what it is. But they can't thrive out here. And I'm going to put this out. A lot of them have a lot of hair on their head and their face. Probably they didn't, like, maybe one didn't, like, cut his hair. He has to do it. And he has a long beard. That's just stereotypical, but I don't know what they look like. I never saw one in real life because they're dead. A lot of them, not like dead, but not the cultures are dead, but a lot of them have long beards and everything. But maybe some of them, they can't thrive out here. I doubt that completely. Because of their clothing, it gets hot, they can die of heat stroke immediately. The Vikings, the only way they can survive out here is with sand growing techniques. They can't thrive out here, they can't. They have to figure it out, like to roll up their pants like freaking like this, and then wear their puttees. That's the only way, like some Australian soldier in World War I, because they can't thrive out here. They can't. It's impossible. I'm a critic against that. I know Vikings, supposedly they came over here from Greenland by Leif Erikson. You can see a famous, like a picture, it's a modern painting. It was like thousands of years. It was a saga written by like 100 years after that expedition. They came over, they like in the Canadian, where the New England area is. So that was a supposedly colony called Vinland, but we don't know where it is. It's impossible. Because it's probably in the Canadian region, down there. If you like Christopher Columbus, fine, I'm not gonna judge you, but I care for the Leif Erikson because it was earlier. So, I know that's sensitive, but they can't thrive out here. Impossible.